Lay it down with Dr. John Peterson here, and you are watching TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Coming at you live and direct from the Twin Cities, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Richfield, Minnesota. Hope everybody's doing good out there. It's Friday night, and everybody should be feeling all right, I would hope. This is an episode of Prime Time with TE2. And what do they say on ESPN? Prime time, right? You got to get into it. So overall, oh boy, it's been a busy week. Everything's good. Hope all is well with you. Stayed busy with work. Did some cards for sure, as always. And yeah, just living blessed overall. I mean, to be able to have family and faith and friends and be able to do cards and all that is just an absolute blessing. And I hope that you are living blessed out there as well too. Boy, I tell you what, got ready for the show tomorrow. So for the last, I don't know how many years, probably 20 some years, probably even more, the Twin Cities Sports Collectible Cards and Collectibles, Twin Cities Sports SS. I can't remember what the acronym is. It's like about 6 different letters. They are doing a show tomorrow out at Valley West Mall in Bloomington, Minnesota. If you haven't been out to Valley West, you just take 494 from the east, take 494 west, take France Avenue exit, hang a left, go south about a couple miles, and you'll hit Valley West Mall on the right-hand side. A good-sized mall. Entrance into the show is from the back now, so the parking was becoming an issue for patrons at the mall and at the grocery store and stuff. So if you want to come to the show, I'll be there. I'll have a table. I'm not going to do an end cap. Wanted to keep it reasonable for this first show back. But hopefully I can get out 3 different cases, display cases of cards, one for vintage baseball, one for vintage basketball, little modern basketball, not too much, and then one for vintage football. So that should be fun. I'll get out there around 7 o'clock with my good friend Richard. He'll be my right-hand man and help me set up. And then he'll man the table. And then my son Oscar will be coming out around noon. And he'll be there from noon till about 4 o'clock when things close up. We'll break down, come back home, and see how we did. So overall, looking real forward to that. Boy, I priced a ton this last couple weeks. Went through most of the slabs that I have. There are still a few that aren't priced. So you can see some of them in front of you. It just got to be too much. There's too many slabs. I mean, I think I've priced in total 400 and some slabs on my slabs. And I probably have another, I don't know, 30 to 40 that I got to get processed. This stack here it's pretty much ready. I just got to get it into slab holders or whatever they're called. Graded card sleeves, I guess is what they're called officially, graded card sleeves. So these have all been photographed, cropped, and all that good stuff. Get them on my slabs and then get them stickered, but they won't make it to the show tomorrow. I picked up a couple of these. One of these 1990 Post Serial. This is a 6. And the 71 ISIL got a 4 from PSA. I don't know how in the world this got a 4. I mean, this isn't that bad. I mean, it's off center, but it's. I'm gonna see if I can get a better grade. I'm gonna try and cross it over to CSG. So those didn't make it to the show. These BVG slabs didn't make it to the show. Both. This is an 8. This is a nice card. So that didn't make it. I didn't put any SGC slabs in the case, so I held these back. I don't know if I want to keep these in SGC slabs or if I want to cross them over to CSG. There's some 9.5s here that didn't make it. I'll show you a few of those. That's a silver script. Ultra Team. There's a couple Piazza rookies in the boxes that I'm bringing, but yeah. Just you can only bring so much stuff. You can't bring everything, and there's just not enough space on the table, which is really what it comes down to. And you got to be able to manage it all. I mean, you got to make sure you're watching your table and keeping track of everything you're selling, and there's just a lot to keep track of. So I think I've got more than enough stuff. I've got, let's see here, four shoe boxes full of slabs, and then two, I don't know, they're long, one row type of deals, two of those. All of the slabs that go in the display cases are in those longer kind of tubes, whatever you want to call them. Excuse me. The case that I picked up, you can put in 8 per row, and there's 4 rows. So you're looking at a total of 32 slabs in each case, which really isn't a lot, but you know, I like the fact that there's rows and they're separated by a little divider. It looks really nice. The cases look great. Wiped them down, cleaned them up, did all that stuff. So got them upstairs. I put the cards in the cases just to see what they would look like, and then boxed everything up, and then put 3 of the shoe boxes in a suitcase that has a lock on it, so that when I roll that stuff in, I can lock it up and then quickly unlock it. So I'm thinking what I'll have is I'll have 3 cases, 3 display cases, if the table's big enough. Hopefully it is. 3 display cases, and then 4 shoe boxes of slabs that are, you know, anywhere from $15 to $150 a slab. You might be like wondering, well, geez, you're putting $150 slabs in the shoe boxes? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I know I'm not the only one that does that. Most of the stuff that was 150, 200 and up is going in the display case. So some of it, honestly, I just didn't bring. I didn't have the energy to bring it. Some of it I just got new. Like I just got these this week. So I figured I'm not ready to price these or sell these at this point. I just don't know enough about the cards to really knowledgeably sell them. And I don't think I'm ever going to sell this. I'm going to keep this, I think, for good. PC in this thing. I mean, I'll be hard-pressed to find this in a higher grade. I think anybody would be hard-pressed to find this in a higher grade. This is not easy to find the bigger version of this card, so we'll see. I think this card's going to end up being worth quite a bit of money in the next 15, 20 years. I got it for $700, but I've seen lower grades of this selling for like $2,000, $3,000, so we'll see. So I didn't bring that. I'm not going to sell that. Not bringing any raw. I've always got stacks of raw cards sitting around. So like I could have brought some of this stuff. You know, this 2001 Topps Traded. But it's too much to try and keep track of. So I'm not bringing any raw ungraded stuff. That's not happening. And then there's some ultra modern basketball that I would have loved to have brought, but I don't have a good sense of what to price these at. So if you got any suggestions, put them in the comments. Some of these are, well, yeah, I'll show you some of these. So like this. So this is a pristine 10 Edwards 2021 Panini Hoops. What are these pristine slabs going for? They no longer exist. So it used to be that there was perfect with CSG, then there was pristine, then there was gem mint. And gem mint was 9.5, pristine was 10, and then perfect was a 10, but it had, you know, 10 on centering, 10 on corners, 10 on edges, 10 on surface. So now that these pristine 10s don't exist anymore, what are these worth? Does anybody have any clue what these are selling for now? So I got that. We got this mellow in a pristine 10. Got an Edwards rated rookie in a pristine 10. Again, no clue what this is worth. I mean, I'd love to hear opinions on this. I've got 5 LaMelos in the rated rookies and pristine 10s. I took a 6th one and I cracked it open and submitted it to PSA to see if it would get a PSA 10, which I would assume it would. So yeah, the question of pristine 10s with CSG, if anybody out there has any idea what to do with those or how to price those or how to comp them or anything, man, I'm all ears because I don't really know. Here's an Edwards Fractal 2021. It's a Gem 10. John Morant, Gem 10. That's pretty easy to price that. But this, what's this worth? So this is a pristine 10 2005 Rogers rookie card. I bought this for $700 like back in January. Does anybody know how to price this? I have no clue. 2014 score, pristine 10, Devontae. Let's see here. More Ja, KG, Gem Mint. So I didn't price any of this stuff and bring it to the show just because I'm not confident what... That probably I could have priced. That I probably could have priced. Got a couple more of these hoops. Jaden McDaniels. I probably could have priced that. I mean, so some of this stuff I could have priced. I did price this one. The Derek Carr, excuse me. That's just a base. Bowman Chrome 2014. But yeah, these pristine 10s, no clue. And like, I don't want to sell this for far less than what it's worth. So I don't have the slightest clue. Honestly, if some of y'all got an idea of what those pristine 10 CSG, the old pristine 10s are worth. I mean, I heard some people submitted the pristine 10s and they came back as Gem Mint 10s. Well, that sucks, right? How bad does that suck? Pristine 10 supposedly better than a Gem Mint 10. I don't know. I think it's bullshit if you ask me. Or BS, sorry, I shouldn't swear. So, I think CSG should have kept pristine 10. They could have kept pristine 10, made the 9.5 a Gem Mint 10. But what do I know? So, a couple other things. I did not bring the 53 Mantle. So I picked up a 1953 Topps Mickey Mantle. This was back in August. Let's see if I can find that. So of course y'all know that I do my slabs, but I shut my slabs off. The nice thing about my slabs is you can turn it off. So check this out. This little button here, vacation mode, you just unclick that and your cards go live on my slabs, and you click it, check mark it, and they go into vacation mode. So if you go back into my slabs now and you hit TE2, you're going to get 0 results, because I don't want to be selling cards on my slabs and selling cards at the show. That's not a smart thing. You know, you can get kicked off of my slabs if you can't produce the card that people buy. So, but you can go in to your profile and look at your inventory and tracked items, and then you can look at your not for sale, even though they're not technically for sale. So let's take a look and see what's up with that Mantle. See, it's not coming up, which is fine. There's a different way to get at it. Oh, goodness. How do I do this again? Sorry, folks. I'm going to lose people here if I don't get this shit together here quick. There it is. So this I bought. I bought this back in August. I paid $10,100 exactly, because of the one. I bought it on my slabs. It was a 1% buyer's fee. So I picked this up for $10,100. It's a 5.5 and an SGC slab. I think it looks pretty damn good. I don't know. Give me your opinion. Let me know what you think. But I decided not to bring that to the show because I finally made a decision as to what I'm going to do with it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm crossing it over, same grade or higher with CSG. Screw it. I don't want a Frankenstein situation in my collection. I'm not anti-SGC. Love SGC. I will not cross this card over. This card looks fantastic in the SGC. What is it? Bow tie or tux. I think it's tuxedo. Tuxedo's what it's called. I don't know why I call it black tie, bow tie. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. But the tuxedo, this looks great in this slab. So I will never cross that over. But the mantle, I don't know. I had to move it over. So that's going into a CSG slab. It's going to increase my score in the registry. Right now for CSG, I'm ranked 20th. So believe it or not, CSG has a registry too. And they've got a registry just like PSA does. So here's the CSG registry. Now, if I had started with PSA, I wouldn't be in the top million, right? Because some of these cats in PSA have been collecting forever. But if you take a look here, I'm 20th right now on CSG. So I got 25,000 points. So I know it kind of seems a little bit silly to get competitive with the registry, but I don't know. Why not? So I'm going to get that 53 mantle moved over to a CSG slab, hopefully, and move up the rankings with the registry. Because I'd like to be number one, because they give out awards. CSG does awards every year for their registry, which I think is pretty cool. You can see all the winners here. I got a video with Andy Broom. So, I mean, CSG's doing some pretty cool stuff. And I know that they're getting a lot of play right now on PWCC. So if you're not familiar with PWCC, check it out. CSG is getting tons of play on PWCC. And here's the funny thing. On PWCC, you can still find insane deals on CSG slabs. It's not even a joke. Like I found $100 cards in CSG slabs for like $15 on the PWCC weekly auction. So, I mean, if you're into CSG for a long-term play, man, there's arbitrage opportunities out there big time. And CSG's coming on strong. In fact, I don't want to start rumors, but I've heard a couple people talk about CSG acquiring SGC. Now, I know that may make some of you SGC fanboys and fangirls and fan day out there, turn over. But if CSG acquires SGC in the next year or two, CSG and SGC are going to have to be reckoned with by PSA. A lot of people are PO'd with PSA. They're tired of the arbitrary grading. Now, I know PSA just finally went down to bulk for 22. But still, 22? I don't know. Like this slab for 22. Okay. Or this slab. So trophies I'll give you. Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, I do try to I try and bring some energy, man, because some of these YouTube content creators, man, they make you fall asleep. It's like, man, I'm about ready to doze off. I feel like some of the YouTube videos out there, it's like taking a melatonin, you just go fall asleep. So yeah, I got to have some energy here, right, Bobo? That's right. I don't know. I'd prefer to have the CSG slab. And it's nothing against it. It's nothing against PSA, but just look. If you have an asset, what would you want the asset in? This or this? This or this? I don't think it's a hard question to answer. I think it's a no-brainer. So, anyway, but that's just me. No, correct. CSG has no sales commissions. So, yeah, I mean, like, CSG has some general ceilings around, like, the different services you should use. Oh, PWCC. Yeah, yeah, they do. Yeah, yep, that's right. CSG has some parameters around which level of service you use depending on the value of the card, but they don't hold really tight to it. I'm going to be honest with you. And if you're a member of CSG, you get the slabs for like what, 12, $13. So anyway, that's just me. CSG. Let's take a look at some of this stuff from the wild I recently hunted for and recovered. Yeah, I found some 72s. I didn't find a lot. This was a couple weekends ago. Just found this RBI leaders. It's not bad. That's a cool one. Stargell, Hammer Hank, and Lee May. Lee May was part of the Big Red Machine. American League home run leaders. Norm Cash. I'm not familiar with Bill Melton. Any Bill Melton fans out there? Of course, Reggie Jackson. Picked up 3 of these Concepcion cards. Thought these were all pretty clean. Man, Concepcion looks like he's about 15 in that picture. He looks like he just got done playing Legion Ball. American Legion Ball. For those of you that played Legion Ball. Does not look very old. In fact, how old is he in this photograph? So 48. So this would have been 72. Yeah, pretty young. 58, 68. Yeah, 24. 23, 24. Then found this couple Gaylord Perrys. And this Carlton. Fortunately, the Carlton, the center in the back is god-awful. But the front of it looks good. And then this Perez. I thought that was a cool-looking card. Highly underrated first baseman. Well, he played third base, too. So, picked up those. Oh, and then... Right on, Bobo. You go do your thing, my man. Good to see you. Thanks for commenting. Always a pleasure, brother. So, yeah. So anyway, those are those. And then, set those right there. And then I got into some 81 Topps football. Paid $100 for this stack of cards, which I thought was pretty reasonable, all things considered. I hate these team bags sometimes. They fill them. If the team bag is filled too high, it damages the corners. I hate that. All right, so picked up a couple Dorsets. Picked up a Joe Green. Picked up a couple of those. Oh, yeah, Norm Cash. Norm Cash was actually, he was a good player. It's a Billy Sims. I think that's Sims' rookie year. There's a Lofton. Does everybody know who James Lofton is the dad of? Does everybody know who? So this is a trivia question. James Lofton is the father of what NFL player or former NFL player? James Lofton. Who is James Lofton's famous son? I'm going to leave that one out. See if anybody gets that question. You all have heard of him. Like, he's not obscure. Picked up this Peyton. Fudged a little bit on this one. The centering down on the bottom is not great, but this one looks pretty good. Sweetness. Bradshaw. Joe Cribbs. Anybody remember Joe Cribbs? He was a running back for the Bills. He was good for a while. His rookie year, he rushed for 1,200 yards and how many touchdowns? 11 touchdowns his rookie year. He didn't have a long career, but he's a fan favorite of the Bills. I didn't realize that. The registration on that one was so bad. Danny White. Frank Harris. Man, I freaking love Gene Upshaw. I wouldn't have minded being Gene Upshaw in the NFL. He just seems like he's just a bad dude. So, trivia question. James Lofton is the father of what famous NFL player or former player? I don't know if he's in the NFL right now. He should be. Come on, we got to get it. At least one guess. Don't worry, I won't laugh at you. Mad Stork. I got a little wax in the front. I get that. A couple of Monk rookies. 3 Monk rookies. So I don't know. I don't know what these are worth, but I know it's his rookie card. So picked up 3 of those. I thought those looked okay. A Theismann. Randy Gradishar. Now this guy, what a shame. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He's the leader. He was the leader of the Orange Crush. He's got better stats than some of these other cats from like New York Giants and Dallas that are in the Hall of Fame. Every year he gets snubbed. And his stats line up with a lot of cats that are already in, especially with the Cowboys. So it's one of those things where if you play in Denver, ain't nobody watching games in Denver back in the 70s. He plays for the Cowboys or for the Bears or for the Giants or the Jets. He makes it into the Hall like 15, 20 years ago. So I think he should get in. I'd love to see Gradishar get in. He was a hell of a player, hell of a linebacker. Billy Sims, this is a rookie card. Billy Sims was an all-pro his first year. He rushed for 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns his rookie year. So I had to have a couple of these. There's got to be some Detroit fans out there that remember Billy Sims. He's the guy that was the running back before Barry Sanders. People don't remember Billy Sims was a bad man. Kenny. Who's Kenny? I don't know who Kenny is. Art Shell, coach. Lynn Dickey. Now, Lynn Dickey, this guy, believe it or not, he was a wishbone quarterback or something. He played at SMU. I think he was college with Southern Methodist. Oh, no, he was Kansas State, excuse me. So I think he was a running quarterback back in the day, which is hard to believe because by the time he got to the NFL, his knees were so bad he could barely walk. Lester Hayes. Lester Hayes is famous for the stickum. He put the stickum all over his hands. So anyway, I thought I did pretty good on these. I didn't find any Montanas. Of course, I was looking for some 81 Montanas when I was digging around in that box. But overall, pretty pleased with what I got out of it. So you guys aren't gonna guess who his son is. He actually looks like him. They look similar. All right, I'm not gonna say because I want to see if people put it in the comments. All right, so we got those. Got these. What else can I show you? I'm not gonna bring any of these. I know. I think Brent Pearson, who watches this, is wanting me to bring some of these. I don't know how to display them, and I don't have a box to put them in. I don't know. Brent, if you're watching, let me know. If you really want me to bring some of these, I certainly can. I've got various grades. I don't have any Gem Mint 10s. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of what else I got. I guess I could go through some. How about this? If you stick with me, I'll be right back. I'm going to go through a binder and I'm going to show you some exhibits, some old exhibit cards from back in the day. So you're watching David. No, not David. No. Good guess, though. Yeah. James Lofton's the dad of a famous player. Oops, pretty controversial. Let me go get those exhibits, see if I can find those. Just a second. I'll be right back. Well, no, I told you I was going to show you some exhibits. Problem is they're about 10 binders down in the in the stack of binders in the storage room. So in lieu of showing you some exhibits, what I thought I could do is we could go through these 58 tops. All right, let's see if I can get this in frame here a bit. Just a second. Let me see if I can. See, these CSG slabs, they're so well constructed you can use them for multiple purposes, i.e. little ramps to display a binder of 1958 Topps baseball. All right, here we go. So we got any 1958 Topps baseball fans? Let's take a look at the set. Now, some of the stars aren't in here, so those aren't, you're not going to see those, but starting off with the Braves, of course. These were my dad's. My dad passed these on to me. Now, Andy Paffko, he's from a town real close to where I grew up. The town is called Boyceville, Wisconsin. And there's a baseball field there in Boyceville called Andy Paffko Field. Used to play there a lot when I was a kid growing up. Got Del Crandall. People forget how great of a catcher he was. Really good catcher. Red Schoenings. Red Schoenings is a Hall of Famer. Was traded to the Braves in '57. Red played a lot of his ball with the Cardinals in the '40s. Was a great second baseman. Man, he could play some second base. Schoenings could. In fact, my dad even said that he used to emulate Red Schoenings growing up as a kid. There's a Frank Torrey. Classic cards here, huh? The 58 Topps set. Not my favorite Topps set. In fact, I would say it's probably my least favorite Topps set. Some people love the 58s, though. Oh, here we go. Beta Pinson. He was kind of like the Rickey Henderson of his day. Great base stealer, good leadoff man. Joe Nuxall. Gus Bell, father of Buddy Bell. Yeah, so a lot of these get Smokey Burgess. So this is probably where the Frank Robinson card was. So that got pulled. I'll have to replace that one. 58 Frank Robinson. I should write this down. Oh, you got the Dodgers. Man, the Dodgers, what an organization. The Brooklyn Dodgers and the LA Dodgers. Dodgers are playing some nice ball right now. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers won the World Series again, folks. Let's be real. Got the Giants. Oh, I didn't know Sauer played for the Giants. It must have been at the tail end of his career. Ozzie Virgil. Kenny Boyer. Daniel. Nope, not Daniel. He's a quarterback. He was a quarterback. He should be in the league right now starting for a team. James Lofton's son. Former quarterback for an NFC West team. You'll know his name. Everyone knows his name. For better or for worse. I say for better, but opinions vary. Kenny Boyer. Now this guy, proud son of Missouri, the Show Me State. Kenny Boyer was a Daniel and David are brothers. Okay. Oh, cool. Very cool. Nice. What do you know about Kenny Boyer? I think he was an all-star like 8, 9, 10 times. I think Kenny Boyer should be in the Hall of Fame, folks. He's no longer with us. He's passed away, but man, that guy was baller. Nice player. I'm a Ken Boyer fan, even though I Didn't really know a lot about him growing up. Cardinals have a wonderful franchise. What have they won, like 9 or 10 World Championships, World Series? We got the Phillies. A lot of Richie Ashburn fans out there. Robin Roberts. Granny Hamner. Oh, Granny Hamner. This card, Pancho Herrera. Now, there's something with the Pancho Herrera card where it's like an error card of some sort. Let me see. I got to look this one up. Pancho Herrera. Like, if it's the right card, if it's the error card, it's worth a lot of money. 1958 Topps. Pancho Herrera. Let's see what it says. You're watching Prime Time with TE2 right now, folks. Prime time, prime time. Let's go. It's ride or die time, Friday night. The night before the big show. Okay. So the old Pancho Herrera. Now here's the thing. If it's spelled Herrera, it's worth a lot of money. Take a look. Pancho Herrera. If it's spelled Herrera, that bad boy's worth $17,500 in a PSA 8. So let's take a look at the one we got here. Is this one the Pancho Herrera? No, it is not. But we do have a Ted Kaczynski. not to be confused with Ted Kaczynski. Who remembers Ted Kaczynski? Unabomber. Ted Kaczynski was the Unabomber. Oh my goodness. Too much fun. You got to have fun with these videos. Some people watch, some people don't. Man, I really don't give a rat's ass if people watch and like it or not. I'm having fun. That's the main thing. I think people dig the vibes if you're having fun. Chuck Tanner, he was a coach for the Pirates back in the 70s and the early 80s. Bobby Thompson. Man, what's Bobby Thompson famous for? The shot heard round the world. I think that was, what, 51? 1951 or 54? I think it was 51. Thompson hit the shot heard round the world. Let me see what I can find out for you folks about that. Shot heard round the world. The shot heard round the world. In baseball, the shot heard round the world was a game-winning home run hit by New York Giants outfielder and third baseman Bobby Thompson off of Brooklyn Dodgers pitcher Ralph Branca at the Polo Grounds in New York City on October 3rd, 1951, to win the National League pennant. Thompson's dramatic three-run homer came in the ninth inning of the decisive third game of a three-game playoff for the pennant, in which the Giants trailed 4-1 entering the ninth and 4-2 with two runners on base at the time of Thompson's at-bat. The game was seen by millions of viewers across America and heard on radio by millions more, including thousands of American servicemen stationed in Korea, listening on Armed Forces radio. The classic drama of snatching victory from defeat to secure a pennant was intensified by the epic crosstown rivalry between the Giants and the Dodgers, and by a remarkable string of victories in the last weeks of the regular season by the Giants, who won 37 of their last 44 games to catch the first-place Dodgers and force a playoff series to decide the National League champion. The Giants' late-season rally and 2-1 game playoff victory capped Thompson's moment of triumph, are collectively known in baseball as the Miracle of Coogan's Bluff, a descriptor coined by the legendary sports columnist Red Smith. Now, if you can't get excited about baseball after listening to me read that, ain't nothing going to get you excited about baseball, because I got goosebumps just reading that. The Miracle of Coogan's Bluff. And then the phrase shot heard round the world is from the poem Concord Hymn by 1837, written by Ralph Waldo Emerson, about the first clash of the American Revolutionary War. It later became popularly associated with Thompson's Homer and several other dramatic historical moments. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Bobby Thompson, right there. So it's amazing. You go through a book of cards and you think, yeah, you got this guy and that guy, Cal Neiman. Then you come across a guy named Bobby Thompson, and it's part of it's part of baseball lore, baseball legend. Dale Long, I think he's famous for a home run too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's keep going. 58 tops. Mazeroski. Now there's a guy who hit a home run, probably the most famous home run in the history of major leagues. The greatest home run, 1960 to win the World Series, right? Bill Mazeroski. Dick Groat. Dick Groat was a heck of a player. Dick Groat actually was an All-American basketball player. I think he played for Kentucky. Let's see here. Where did he go to school? Oh, yeah. I want to say he played basketball for hey, what's up, Curtis? We were just talking about Dick Groat and Bill Mazeroski. Bob Friend. Bob Skinner. He was a coach, too. Oh, Klaczewski played for the Pirates. I forgot about that. We got Danny Kravitz, not to be confused with Lenny Kravitz. Any Lenny Kravitz fans out there? I've seen Lenny Kravitz in concert a couple times. He's pretty good. He could sing and play the guitar like he knew what he was doing. Elston Howard. His rookie card is 58. Tony Kubek. Bobby Richardson. Moose Skowron. Don Larson. Perfect game, 1956 World Series. He was a bad man that day. Enos Slaughter. This guy, he's old school. Marvelous Marv Throneberry. It's got some classics here. Early Win. Aparicio. Oh, man, Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox is from South Carolina. Pretty sure he was born in South Carolina. It doesn't say. Oh, no, here we go. Home is St. Thomas, Pennsylvania. It doesn't say where he was born. Yeah, I love Nellie Fox. Always been a Nellie Fox fan. There's a White Sox. I don't know a lot about the White Sox from 58. Don Massey. Tell you what, that guy is a good-looking man. He's a good-looking man. And he won a World Series in 54 as a rookie. So you look at his stats from 54. Look at his stats from 54. Yeah, I got his rookie card from 55 tops, man. He was a decent pitcher. Larry Doby. Oh my God, Larry Doby. I can't even see him. There he is. Larry Doby. I think Larry Doby's 52 tops card is one of the most iconic cards I've ever seen. Let me see if I got it here. Oh, I sent it in. I sent it in to get graded. Colavito. Oh my God, yeah, Colavito should definitely be in the hall. Yep, Colavito hit bombs. Vic Wertz. Hey, man, yeah, the Giants. Yeah, for sure, Alder 49er. Yep, cool stories about the Giants. Let's see. Yeah, we looked at the Giants. Let's see here. Where were they? I was just talking about Bobby Thompson, even though he wasn't in a Giant uniform. 51, Polo Grounds. Coogan's Bluff, baby. Coogan's Bluff. Vic Wertz. So does anybody know what he was famous for? Vic Wertz? All right, let's look up Vic Wertz. This is a fun one. All right, watch this. I'm going to turn the video on. Oh, geez. What the heck? Watch here. All right, watch this. This is Vic Wertz. That's Vic Wertz. Say, hey, kid, look at that. Look at that, the basket catch. So a lot of people remember Willie Mays and the basket catch, but they don't remember who hit that ball. That basket catch doesn't happen without Vic Wirtz, right? Good old Vic Wirtz. So here's a cool story. When I was a kid growing up, played a lot of baseball with my dad. My dad was just a baseball fanatic. Well, he was a sports fanatic just in general. I mean, for like almost 10 straight years, he coached summer baseball, fall cross country, winter basketball, spring track, and then repeated with summer baseball. And that guy was just an absolute animal and a hell of a coach, too, and a hell of a teacher. So when we go down to the park, he'd work me out, and we'd hit grounders, and we'd throw, and we'd do soft toss, and we'd do pitches, and all sorts of different stuff. But at the end was his moment. And so what he would do is he'd say, all right, you're going to be Vic Wirtz, and I'm going to be Willie Mays. So he'd go out in the center field, and I'd toss the ball up, and I'd try and hit a pop fly just far enough over his head so that he would have to run straight backwards and catch the ball basket style like Willie Mays. And we would do that 4 or 5 times to end off our experience. And the part that's really cool about it is that you have to be able to hit that ball just right in order to connect with the center fielder in such a way that they can sprint back and catch it over their shoulder like that. So I just want to say a shout out to Vic Wirtz fans out there. If you're not familiar with Vic Wirtz, he is the gentleman who hit the ball over Willie's head that Willie ended up making that basket catch on. I think it was the 1950, was that the 51 World Series? Let's see here. I think it was 51. Let me see. 54 World Series, excuse me. Yeah, that was the Giants. Giants, it must have been Giants versus the Indians. But you know who won that World Series? Cleveland Indians did. Why? Because they had Feller and Don Massey and Bob Lemon and Larry Doby. There you go. You gotta love it. Then we got the Tigers here. Billy Martin. Billy Martin was not someone to tangle with. Rumors are he could fight and beat up anyone, and he did not back down. Yeah, Billy Martin. He was a scrapper. And then you got Harvey Keene, Harvey's Wall Bangers, the Milwaukee Brewers back in the day. I don't know. I went to one game at Detroit Stadium, the old Detroit Stadium. Just one of the... Oh, right on. I tried to, Curtis. Yeah. Oh, man, my dad. I can remember my dad used to wear cutoff jean shorts and no shirt. And he'd literally take his shoes off and do the basket catch back in the 80s. Man, it was classic. And he loved it. He said, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do Vic Wirtz and Willie Mays. So Harvey Keene, he was a really nice player. I don't know if he'll ever make the Hall. Probably not. But really, really solid player. His rookie card, I think, is 54, if I'm not mistaken. Ray Boone, father of Bob Boone, who was the father of Aaron and Brett Boone. So that's a 3-generation family, Major League Baseball. I mean, they're kind of like baseball royalty, if you really think about it. Ray Boone is the dad of Aaron Boone. I think, isn't Aaron Boone the coach of the Yankees right now? By the way, Judge is at 55. I haven't looked to see if he hit one tonight. I sure hope he hits 62. That'd be awesome. I mean, maybe he'll break the record. I don't know. Jackie Jensen, Jim Pursaw. Yeah, it's too bad that my dad's not. What I should do is get my dad here and have him tell stories about these cards. Because, like, this is really his era. So 58 was the Braves versus the Yankees. It was a repeat of the 57 World Series where the Braves beat the Yankees. In 58, the Yankees got the better of the Braves, unfortunately. For Braves fans. Fortunately for Yankees fans. Oh, here we got some 59s now. So we got the Braves. So what do you think about the 1959 top set? We just looked at 58. That'd be really cool. Yeah, it was. It was cool, man. 59 tops. Humberto Robinson. Never heard of that guy. Heard of all these other guys, but not him. There's Johnny Padres. That's a cool card right there. Let's pull this one out. Look at that. Any Dodger fans out there? Hitters, foes. Johnny Padres, Clem Labat. I love 59. 59s are classic. Some people don't like the circles. Like, I don't know. I think the 59s look nice. So hitters, foes, Padres, Labine, and Drysdale. Oh, the Dodgers. Nice, man. Yeah. What a franchise. Look at how young Drysdale looks. That's why he looks like a kid. Well, a lot of these guys are kids. There's Don Zimmer. Don Zimmer. Does anybody remember Don Zimmer when that... All right. For those of you that remember the Yankees of the late 90s and the early 2000s, mostly late 90s, man, they always had the Red Sox number, the Boston Red Sox, right? So does anybody remember the game when Don Zimmer went after Pedro Martinez? Google Don Zimmer. I'm going to do it right now. That's hilarious. All right, Don Zimmer. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew it. I knew we'd find it. Ooh. Yeah, see, Pedro feels bad about it. But look at this. Don Zimmer, he doesn't care. So this is Don Zimmer. In case you're wondering about Don Zimmer. First of all, Don Zimmer's probably 80 years old.
The 2003 ALCS were tied at 2. Posada gets walked. Him and Pedro never liked each other.
Nope.
And then Nick Johnson invented the little thumb ring that batters wear. He rips a double, but monster jobs, so really just a single. And then Matsui knocks in another run. So now Pedro's
just watch
knocked
this.
Around a little bit. We're only in the 4th inning. There's no outs. 3 runs have been scored. Kareem Garcia is going to come to the plate, who has an RBI against him already in this game. He's not happy. Guys aren't scared of him in the box. They have first base open. Did he throw at Kareem on purpose? I think he did, but maybe not.
Ooh.
Pedro did say that 90% of the batters he hit on purpose.
Yeah.
Unquote. So Kareem Garcia's like, dude, why are you throwing at me? What the fuck? I just got traded over here. I mean, I'm not part of this. Leave me to throw the ball at my fucking head. And Pedro.
A little swear. Oh, see, now we got this.
Thought he said,
see Zimmer.
Don said, I'm going to get that son. Ortiz has to hold him back. Everyone
here we go. Melee.
Don Zimmer beelines it for Pedro Martinez.
Here we go. Don Zimmer.
Here go. What? And in Pedro's story, in a couple years ago, he said that Don Zimmer also said something bad about his mother, so he had to do this to defend himself. So in the retelling, everyone's just talking about Pedro's mom a lot, I guess. And damn. Holy smokes. That is...
So, there you go. That's the story of Don Zimmer. But here's the thing. People don't realize this. Don Zimmer was a hell of a baseball player. Yeah, we may laugh about him getting thrown down by Pedro, but look at this guy. This guy could play. Look at the back of his stats. First of all, good-looking dude. Don played shortstop, third, tried his hand at second, and roamed the outfield last season. The scrappy Dodger waxed a long ball and is tricky on bases. In 58, he swiped 14 bases. Yeah, good old Don Zimmer. Gotta love him. And shame on Pedro for throwing him down to the ground like that. But Zimmer went after him. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's keep going. I can't go through this whole thing. It'll be too long. Got 4 people watching here. Here's the Pirates. Man, there's some big Pirates fans out there. John Mangini's a big Pirates fan. If you haven't seen it, Mangini's show, check out John Mangini Collection. Last weekend, he did a show where he was with his dad for about 15 minutes, and they were talking old school baseball. It was beautiful, man. I'd like to do that with my dad some point, actually. Just sit and talk baseball and have it on YouTube. We got some Cincinnati Redlegs. Move this down a little bit. I don't know a whole lot about Cincinnati Reds. I mean, I know they had Frank Robinson back in the day. Here's the Giants. Oh, look up there. We got El Torito, the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Yep, rookie year is 58. Puerto Rican. His nickname was El Torito. El Torito. Johnny Antonelli. Yeah, Cepeda was a nice player. I mean, you think about it. The Giants had Cepeda, McCovey, Mays, and Bonds. They had, let's say it again, Orlando Cepeda, McCovey, Bonds, and Willie Mays. And they had Juan Marichal, who some might say was one of the better top 3 pitchers of the 60s, right? Marichal with the high leg kick. So, yeah, Giants. I wonder how many World Series they won in the 60s. You'd think with that type of a lineup, they would have won a few. Cardinals. Yeah. Gibson's rookie card is the big card from that year for the Cardinals. Phillies. Any Philadelphia Phillies fans out there? Isn't Bryce back? They're a good player. I think his last name is escaping me right now. Philadelphia Phillies. Don't know much about them. There's another Bobby Thompson. There's Cubs. Some rabid Cubs fans out there. It's tough being a Cubs fan. I mean, before they won that World Series back here a few years ago, that was a Bryce Harper. Thank you, Curtis. Yes, I couldn't remember his last name for the life of me. I could see his face. He's a heck of a player too. 2-time MVP. We got the White Sox. Billy Pierce. Now, Billy Pierce, he just keeps coming up as a player that, was decent. I just don't know much about this guy. Let's take a look. See what this says. Well, first of all, he's from Michigan. That's not good. No, just kidding. I'm a Badger fan, so not a big fan of the Michigan Wolverines. Or Ohio State, for that matter. No offense to Ohio State and Michigan Wolverines fans out there. I once almost got in a fight with a Ohio State Buckeye fan. He was wearing a Jamie Katzenmoyer jersey, and he was talking smack about the Badgers because Ohio State had put the whoop on the Badgers back in '94. And he was talking some smack, and I told him to shut his mouth, and we almost went to fisticuffs. Thankfully, it was broken up. He was a big dude, too. He was bigger than me, but I was running my mouth, as I sometimes do. Billy Pierce, placed second in ERA last season and tied for the lead in the most complete games. He hurled 3 shutouts, a 1-hitter, a 2, and a 4-hit contest. Wow. Lifetime ERA of 3.13. Came up in the bigs in 44. Yeah, 151 wins. It's not bad. And the ump arguing about getting screwed over. Oh, yeah, that's a great one. I should show that one, actually. Earl Weaver. Oh, my God, Earl Weaver was he was just wonderful. How about the George Brett? The pine tar incident? Wanted to build out a 59 set for a while. Yeah. Well, you know what, man? I don't know. I should look and see if I got any doubles for you, buddy. Oh, somebody was saying they like Norm Cash. Norm Cash was, I think, a pretty good player. Oh, is that a rookie card? Looks like it might be. Yeah, there are some really Nice 59. Oh, here's a Whitey Ford. Look at this. Oops, I got a shadow there. That's a classic card. What percentage of Whitey Ford baseball cards have him in that, like, finishing position? 3 generation also, yeah. Yeah. That's a cool card. Look at that Howard up there. Dang. That is a sweet looking card. I haven't seen this before. Look at that. He's thinking, man, I'm going to win a bunch of World Series with this crew. We got Roger Maris. We got, no, maybe not Maris at that point. Was Maris with, no, Maris wasn't with the Yankees in 58. But we got Mickey Mantle. We got Yogi Berra. We got Whitey Ford. 3/4 of the 59 set. Yeah. I think it's a fun set. I've got a few being graded right now. Some 59s. I've got that 59 Mantle and the 59 Gibson. Those are both, I think, PSA 5s. Oh, Hank Bauer. This guy's got a great story. So he played, I think he played in the minor leagues for like almost 10 years. We're going to 63 Tops at the, 63 Tops is an awesome set, man. I love the 63 Top set. That is a very condition sensitive set, especially on the bottom corners. Let's see here. Oh, they don't have his minor league, excuse me. So he was born in 22, but didn't get to the bigs until 48. So he was 26. So he was a 26-year-old rookie, but then ended up having a pretty solid career for the Yankees. World Series time is Hank Bauer time. Last year, in 1958, he collected 10 hits and a .323 mark in the Fall Classic. His 4 homers and 8 RBIs were the top slugging performance in the 7 games. Hank hit a homer in each of the first 3 series games in 1958. Wow. Gamer, Hank Bauer. So at this point, he was 36. He's 36 years old. So as a 35-year-old, he hit .323 and had 4 homers and 8 RBIs in the World Series. He's the reason why the Braves lost the World Series in 58. Man, forget you, Hank Bauer. Now, Eno Slaughter, I wonder if he's in the Hall of Fame. Not sure. We got some more Tigers. Jim Bunning, he was pretty good from what I hear. I don't know a ton about him. Well, I guess we're going through this whole binder here, folks. There's Dobie as a Tiger. This has got to be one of Dobie's last cards. Two-time American League home run king Larry will help Detroit assault the Yankee pennant fortress this year. He appeared in 6 All-Star games. Pretty consistent. I mean, here are his home run stats from 48 to 58. So for 10 years, he hit 14, 24, 25, 20, 32, 29, 32, 26, 24, 14, and 13. And his batting average over that time was .284. And he didn't even play his entire career in the major leagues. So he was born in 24 and he came up in 47. So that means he would have been 23 when he got to the bigs. So he probably played 3, 4, 5 years in the Negro Leagues. I should crack open one of those Negro Leagues sets and show you guys that. We got 5 people watching. Let me go through this. I'll open up one of those sets. Here's Calavito. Excuse me. Rocco Colavito. Minnie Minoso. That guy got a hit when he was 50 years old in 1976. There's a 1977 baseball card. It's a classic. You got to get it. It's like some highlight card where it says that Minnie Minoso gets Major League Baseball hit at the age of 50. Jim Mudcat Grant. I remember him. This looks like a cool card. Let's look at this one. I love these baseball throws cards from 59. These are great. Colavito's great catch saves game. So let's see about this. It says Colavito's great catch saves game. It was late in the game and the Cleveland starter was tiring fast. He had already given up 2 hits and the Indians' slim 1-run lead was being challenged. Outfield was told to back up and play deep. The Yankee batter had teed off the high fastball, right was off. He leaped in the air, snared the ball, and toppled among the fans in the lower grandstands. Rocky's heads-up play snuffed out the enemy rally and saved the victory for the Tribe. He's a good player. Rocky Colavito, or as they said in this card, Rocco Colavito. Well, what we got here? The Indians still. Red Sox. Is there a 59 Ted Williams? No. 58's his last card. That's right. The 50 Williams is his last card. And we got the Kansas City Athletics. Whitey Herzog. Great manager for the St. Louis Cardinals in the late 70s, early 80s. Dick Williams was also a good coach back in the day. He was a Padres coach. I think he won a World Series in '84 with the Padres, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Who else we got? This guy, Harry Simpson. My dad told me his nickname was Suitcase Simpson because, like, every year he played for a different team. That was pretty cool. Didn't know that about Harry Suitcase Simpson. Looks like we're missing a card here. Must have been one of the stars. The Senators. Oh, that must have been a Harmon Killebrew. All right. Well, there you go. 59 tops. 58 tops, 59 tops. What a fun set. Or sets, I should say. See, the 58s for me, they just don't do it for me. Some people love these 58s. I think there's too many, like, headshot photos. Or portraitures, or whatever you want to call them. See how many there? I don't know. I don't really get into that. I like the action photos better. All right, folks. Well, I probably should sign off. I'll show you those Negro League baseball cards another time, but really sure do appreciate everybody checking the show out. I hope you enjoy it. Prime time with TE2. And what you gonna do when sports cards run wild on you. All right, peace out. One love.